As a Samoan, it's hard to visualize ourselves going to college because like no one in our family has ever done it, and we haven't experienced like anybody like leaving the house, going away for a long time. And it's kind of scary being the first one to do it.
We are a very traditional people. We come with very strong cultures. And unless people understand who we are, it's really hard for our kids to be successful because no one, a lot of people don't understand the way we do things.
I think it's extremely important that students know that not only is college extremely important, but if they want it, they can get it. With enough support from family, from teachers, and from friends, I'm convinced that any student can go to college and be really successful.
I think that there are a lot of problems that Samoans face in education. There's stereotypes, which Samoans embody like these big athletic people.
I think almost every day there are Samoan students being misunderstood by staff members or teachers or people in our community just because of maybe the vibe we give off or the way we look, our size, how we act.
Some stereotypes I hear about Samoans that like we're always in trouble, and like whenever things go wrong, people look at us as the ringleaders.
We're just kind of dumb jocks. We were really good at sports, and when it came to the classroom work, we didn't really take care of business.
That were loud, scary, and crazy.
They don't like doing homework, extra work after school, and they eat too much.
We like to fight a lot, we're intimidating, all we're good for is athletics. All that, stacking up onto each other is just causing the Samoans to embrace those stereotypes that are negative.
I do think that the way society views Samoans has a dramatic impact on their success in life, that ultimately they can't help but to internalize those messages, and it becomes kind of part of how they identify themselves.
That's kind of how oppression kind of looks like to our communities, that if we think we're only good enough for sports and we're being told that, then you'll believe that, and it'll be hard to overcome that form of oppression.
I think some of the challenges that Samoan students face come from cultural needs. A lot of times I think that family comes before your own well-being.
Like your family's your everything.
Everything's about family. Family, family, family.
As a Samoan, one of my biggest fears about going to college is leaving the family.
They don't want to leave their family behind. They want to stay and help support their family however they can.
Because in our culture, we don't have any freedom. Our parents are in charge of our life. They tell us what to do, and that's just the way of life for a lot of us.
A lot of parents don't understand the importance of higher education. They come to the U.S. and don't really understand college and the process, and that's something that needs to be available to them.
I believe if you win the parents over and you earn the parents' trust, then that also too helps set you up for success.
Our kids have been attending school for years, and nobody understands them. They're failing in numbers because nobody understands them.
I'm different. I just feel like I'm different, and nobody likes that. Nobody wants to reciprocate that difference. I can't tell Samoan jokes. I can't be Samoan at all. I can't laugh at Samoan things or speak in Samoan. I can't have my Samoan culture out there because no one understands it, and everyone asks me, why are you doing that? That's weird.
People think we're quiet, but inside, we just careful about what we say. They think I'm being disrespectful, but really I'm not.
You cannot separate a Samoan from their culture. Samoans are their culture, and the values of their culture are such a part of who they are and such a part of the way that they conduct themselves that if you don't try to gain some understanding of that, it will be impossible to understand where they're coming from and why they do the things they do.
I think that if teachers want to be successful in reaching to our Samoan students, they really need to learn, number one, about their culture. And if you don't understand our culture, there's no way you're going to be able to reach our kids.
I think the most important thing that we can learn how to do is to not assume that we can use our own resources and muster up our own efforts to figure out all of our students. What we actually need to be able to do is to simply stop talking for a moment, to listen, to ask questions, and to let our students tell us about themselves.
I don't think any of my teachers were trying to get to know me personally, and I think it's important because if they did try to get to know me, then I would feel comfortable coming to school and looking forward to going to that class every day, and I would probably feel encouraged to actually come to school on time and go to school every day.
Don't put yourself on a pedestal because you're a teacher and they're a student. If teachers want to set themselves up for success and having successful relationships with their students, that's one thing that they need to establish, is that mutual respect and be genuine about it.
The history of how education is delivered is you sit in a chair, you listen to the teacher, and you be quiet, and you read your book, or you write. Samoan culture is very hands-on, where we're involved and engaged. And how do we bring those kinds of things that we know about the culture of Pacific Islander history and cultural norms, how do we bring those into our school system?
Wow, man, my grammar is horrible.
A lot of students function and learn by talking, by laughing, by joking even. And while it might look unruly to an outsider, and it might look unruly to the teacher, what's really happening is this is how these students are constructing knowledge, and it's a very beautiful process that needs to be honored. And if teachers don't understand that some students learn by talking, and sometimes talking loudly, well, that's going to be a huge problem for the classroom.
You got to have people build on what they know. And so if you're not thinking about where people are in terms of their experiences, their culture, what they know, then they're going to really struggle.
I think it's extremely important that teachers are always mindful of student background, student interests when they're creating lesson plans. And the job of the teacher is to capitalize on what students have already and kind of direct them in a way that allows them to think about those things in academic language, academic terms.
I think one of the things most common that I hear about constantly in being in the schools is probably the lack of representation of Pacific Islander culture, including Samoan, in the curriculum and what we teach our kids. So it'd be really nice to include more of Samoan history, Pacific Islander history in our history, social studies, and everything that we do. The other thing is a limited amount of activities that are specifically geared towards Pacific Islander youth. It'd be great to see more of a rugby team in more high schools, or even cricket in some of our schools across the state.
I believe there's a number of reasons why Samoan kids have trouble visualizing themselves succeeding. One that comes to mind is sometimes they don't have the support.
I knew what college was, but I never really wanted to go to college just because I didn't feel like I had any chance or hope of making it into college.
Because the way teachers and students thought about me, it's like they thought I was a failure. You know, that make me not want to do anything. Just make me want to drop out of school.
No teacher has ever encouraged me to go to college, not even my own family.
No one actually sat me down and asked me, okay, what are you gonna do? You wanna go to college? All right, what's your plan? Well, where exactly do you wanna go? You should talk to the counselor about this. You should talk to this person about this. No one actually sat me down and pointed me to resources.
Usually, many school systems look at our kids as good football players, but they need to look at us as lawyers and doctors and engineers. We need to be able to be in environments. We need to create schools that have environments where kids feel like they're the best and they can achieve anything, and where they're not being told that they can't do this or they can't do that. We just need to be surrounded by people who believe in us.
I absolutely do believe that students should pursue higher education. I think it's extremely critical.
It makes you successful because you learn how to learn. It doesn't make you successful because you're going and you're getting a job, but at the end of the day, you have something that nobody can take away from you, and that's that knowledge.
You have to go and get it. You have to be willing, just like you're willing to go to the weight room so that you can be strong, or you're willing to go to dance class because you want to be a dancer, you have to go to the career center, find the college person on your campus, ask someone, go to your counselor. This is what I want for myself. What is the process? Please explain it to me.
My hopes and dreams for the Samoan youth is that we break from stereotypes and all the things that hold us back, so that we can be successful and so that we can reach our full potential and be what we want to be.
So I want to see Samoans be in every department. I want to see Samoans do as much as they can. I want to see Samoans change the world.
The world is not the same place without Samoans. And we need Samoans to be exactly who they are, bringing their flavor, bringing their culture to the world. What you have to be able to do is to say, I'm a Samoan student and I'm gonna be Samoan with every fiber of my being. And you have to understand that you can be 100% Samoan in your whole way of being. You can be completely true to yourself, true to your culture, and be a very highly successful person.
If only the young Samoans understood that if they fight through the problems at home, the financial situations, the stereotypes that are always pushed and constantly pulling and eating at them, that they could be anything they want to be. And to me, that's what I want for us. That's what I want for us as people.